Peace and love, fam. Welcome to my channel. It's your boy Monte. For those of you who don't know me, I specialize in several things. One of them being health and fitness, but I'm leaning towards doing a lot of research on herbs because I believe in a natural way of healing. I've been doing this for a while. My research has come to a point where I feel comfortable that I'm able to share with you some things that I'm doing and some things that I will continue to do as I look to open up my own herbal shop in the near future. But again, most of my expertise or starting out came in the form of health and fitness, nutrition, plant-based nutrition. Again, I schooled myself in the science of plant-based nutrition. I'm a vegan. You don't have to be a vegan, but I am. I choose to be for particular and specific reasons. But with that being the case, I wanted to come to you guys today and talk about cleansing the body. This has to be one of the top priorities for all of us, especially those of us who consume animal flesh. But all of animal flesh, but all of us in general, being that we are exposed to very many toxins and chemicals and things of that nature, heavy metals and things that really cause havoc within the system, within the body, and really damages the cells of the body. It's my belief that the life of the body is in the health of the cells of the body, and the mineral intake or lack thereof is the number one cause of us succumbing to disease, etc. We're focused too much on protein, carbohydrates, and fats. Yes, they are essential, etc. But at the same time, they're not the key in the bigger picture to why you're suffering. Your lack of protein, your lack of fat, or too much protein, too much fat. Of course, this damages or helps the system, but it's the lack in minerals that is really pushing this disease state that we are in. Again, many things leads to that. So I'm working on a cleanse for myself as well as for those of you know my wife. We're separated, but we're still best of friends. Sharon, she's so fabulous. So for those of you who know her or follow her, of course, again, she's dealing with some things that we're trying to help clear up. And I've been dealing with things for many years now that I'm finally starting to try to get a better grip on. I've been trying to correct it, but I'm getting a better understanding of herbs, and these things are helping me to pursue the natural way that I've been pursuing without that knowledge in advance. I knew that I was going to go natural, period. But again, I needed to learn more to be more comfortable with what it is that I am attempting to do to correct a lot of my health issues. I have a ton of health issues as well. I have a heart condition called supraventricular tachycardia. I deal with blood pressure issues. All of this is due to the lifestyle that I led. Even though I was in health and fitness, I still was engaging in a whole lot of bad habits. You know, I was mastering training my clients while I was allowing myself to go under, and I went under and almost lost my life due to the fact that I was dealing with major issues, and some of the lifestyle decisions that I was making did not bode well for what it was and is that I'm dealing with. Now, with that being the case, let's talk about Dr. Sebi's cell food. I invested in buying some of his products a few months back. The two that I got first was the bromide plus powder, which is this. And then I also got what is called the Fiero. I may be pronouncing that wrong. Maybe you could read it. I invested in that as well. Again, both of those items I was utilizing as well as the green food that I had purchased earlier as well. And I utilized those items in conjunction with cayenne pepper that I was taking a little shot of cayenne pepper pretty much 3 times a day to help to move the blood throughout the body and to help to repair things within the body as far as making the metabolism work in a more efficient way. I'm not a proponent of the ideal of a faster metabolism. I'm a proponent of the ideal of a more efficient metabolism because of the cells being more efficient, and a less efficient metabolism when the cells are unhealthy and deficient of the things that they need, the minerals, etc. So what I did was I invested in these things, and then when Sharon came down with her situation, we both invested again into these items along with the regiment that I had her on that are not Dr. Sebi's cell food, but I had her on, and I still have her on some things that were cleansing the body, and then utilizing other things that would help to put minerals back into the body. One thing you got to understand, when you are doing cleanses, you and I need to put the minerals that we are taking out of the body, because the cleanse is going to clean out the bad stuff, and it's going to take out some of the good stuff as well. So you have to have minerals or something in place that is going to replace the minerals that you are losing, along with all that garbage that we're getting up out of ourselves. So that's something that we had to consider, and that's something that we did. Basically, if you follow again Sharon, you see what she's doing on a daily basis. Also have a drinking a green drink that's basically kale, cucumber, and apple, and along with some romaine lettuce as well. It's in a drink. It's pretty tasty because of the apple. It's natural, no added sugars. So we have her utilize that with the bromide plus, which has bladder rats and sea moss. Sea moss is said to have pretty much, I believe, 92 of the 102, or some say 109 minerals that we need. So when you putting that back into your system while you cleansing with the other products, which are the again, my pronunciation of these things are probably incorrect, but I think this is called the Shelaton 2. I may be pronouncing that wrong. I got this from Dr. Sebi. And what this does is, it really, I'm going to read from what it is that I wrote down about it. It removes toxins, acids, mucus, and increases bowel movements. So again, what we're trying to accomplish is, we want to remove those toxins, we want to remove the acid, and we want to increase the bowel movement. This is what actually allows it to remove from the body when you release it through the bowel movement. So this increases the bowel movement to about 3 to 6 times a day. Again, if you're eating 3 times a day, you should be eliminating 3 times a day. If you eat more, then you should be eliminating more. This idea that you eat and you don't and you're not eliminating as often as you're eating, then many of that stuff that we're consuming, which is not healthy in the long term, is becoming stuck in our system and causing all types of problems with the cells, and therefore we'll end up suffering from this in the end. So that's the again, I think it's pronounced chelation, maybe chelation, CHELATION 2. My pronunciation is kind of jacked up, so bear with me on these things. Also, we have again the green food. The green food didn't originally come with the small cell cleanse that I got from Dr. Sebi, but they were out of one of the products that came with it, and they were holding up the order, and we needed to get that order to us, so they replaced it with something that was comparable to what it is that we were missing. So the green food, again, this is something that I'm going to read from what I've written about it. It's a multi-mineral formula made with herbs that offer chlorophyll-rich foods for the entire body. It promotes good health, and it also helps to nourish the whole body. It addresses brain and heart issues as well, and the entire nervous system. So again, many of us deal with issues that brain fog. We deal with nervous system issues, meaning that we may be more in what they call the flight or fight state instead of in the resting state. So we more into the sympathetic instead of the parasympathetic state, which we would like to be in unless we're under attack. You want to be as relaxed as possible throughout the day and throughout your life. But most of us, due to the society we live in, the high intensity of what we do, and the constant aggression or disappointment or the need to feel like we have to be somewhere because of a deadline, etc., pretty much puts us into a sympathetic nervous state. And this is not good for the system. It takes away from the vital organs, meaning that we're always in that fight or flight mode. I'm sure you've heard that many a times, all right? So that is supposed to help address several things. Also, again, we have the biofrio. Maybe pronouncing that wrong again. So we have that. So we're taking that as well. And with that, that actually is best for blood nourishing and purifying. It contains herbs that are high in iron, phosphate, other minerals that nourish and strengthen the entire system. As you know, many of us, if you don't know, many Americans and many people throughout the world are lacking in iron and they're iron deficient. And there's two types, well, it's probably more, but there's this iron that's iron phosphate, and I have to come back with you with the other one that is not as helpful for the body. But the iron phosphate is something that the body really needs that we are lacking. So a lot of times, if you're just getting pills that are on the aisles of grocery stores and so forth that say they are iron, they may not be the ones that contain iron phosphate. So you want to avoid those pills. Those are not the pills that you want, right? You want to get something that has iron phosphate, whether it's through a herbal supplement or if you're utilizing pills, you want to make sure that it's high quality stuff that you're getting, all right? So again, with that, the biofrio, that is again a blood nourisher and purifier. And again, it contains herbs that are high in iron phosphate, other minerals that nourish and strengthen the entire body. So along with taking the herbs, now I'm not a believer that one man knows it all. I believe that there are information that it is information out there that all of us can come in contact with that none of us know all of. So meaning this, not everybody knows, not one person knows everything. I honor and I respect Dr. Sebi, but there are other herbalists and other individuals that I follow who have a different approach than Dr. Sebi, and I take into consideration what they're saying as well, and they've educated me on a few things as well, and some of their things may contradict to a certain degree on Dr. Sebi. For those of you who don't know Dr. Sebi, you hear me talking about him, but he was a great herbalist, is a great herbalist. Unfortunately, he left us about 2 years ago, but at the same time, his mark on history is the fact that he beat the New York State court, criminal court, I think it was the federal court, where they brought him up on charges of practicing medicine without a license and claiming to cure cancer, AIDS, herpes, lupus, anything you can name, he had claimed to cure. So they brought him up on charges. They jailed him. And at the end of the day, he beat them because he was able to prove to them that he helped to cure these people of those things, and they had to let him go free because he had proven that they were cured of the disease that their original medical doctor had diagnosed them with. So it was their paper from their people that diagnosed them, and then after they came and saw Dr. Sebi and went on his regimen, cleared them out, they were made whole again, and they went back to their medical doctor, and their medical doctor told them that they were free of the disease that they were suffering from. So he beat those people. No one in history has beaten that system. Not one. I think it was over 2,000 cases brought up that against individuals for practicing medicine without a license, etc. And Dr. Sebi is the only one that beat them, and he brought 77 of the people that he cured before the court. They only asked him to bring 10. 77 of them showed up of various diseases that he helped cure them of. So again, I respect that, and that's proof in the pudding that what he had and what he was doing was working. But it's not just about the herbs, guys. You can't just think that you're gonna consume herbs and not make other changes in what it is that you're doing in order to reap the benefit. Again, I recommend or I suggest that you probably want to look into fasting, learning how to fast. This doesn't mean that you got to fast all day without food, but I'm putting together a system, I'm putting together programs that allow you to fast daily. And you still allowed to eat, but it's inside a certain window, or not really inside a certain window. What you want to do, or what I would suggest that you do, is take a moment to start fasting at least 12 hours a day. Meaning that a simple thing like this: start fasting at 8 o'clock at night. Don't eat anything, don't drink anything other than tea that's herbal without any calories, and don't resume eating until 8 a.m. that next morning. That's a 12-hour fast. That's simple. Start there. All right. And if you're taking the herbs, I would suggest that you take the herbs while you're fasting. So after you learn how to master the 12-hour fast, then you want to gradually increase the time from which you're fasting. Again, say you go to sleep or you stop eating at 8 p.m. Don't start or resume eating to 9 p.m. the next week. You start on that regimen, 9 a.m. So you stop eating at 8 p.m. and start back eating at 9 a.m. in the morning. So that's 13 hours. So you can gradually increase that week by week. And during the time of your fast, I would suggest that that's when you take your herbs. So if you're getting up early in the morning, then I would take my herbs while still on a fasting stomach. Okay, if you're on medications, again, you need to check with your doctor about anything. Again, this is just a suggestion. I'm not giving you medical advice, so I have to put that disclaimer in there. I'm not a doctor, and I don't try to be a doctor. But what I am is I'm utilizing these things to help correct some things with myself, and Sharon is also utilizing those things to help correct. And she's made great progress when she does what she should do in terms of that. But with that being the case, again, I'll come back with more information dealing with the herbs. I'm putting together, I'm buying herbs in bulk. I'm going to put together a program or programs that allow you to learn how to fast, teach you nutrition, as well as teach you how to utilize the herbs. One herb that is readily available, super cheap, that is masterful and helping in many areas is cayenne pepper. I'm telling you, I utilize it. I suggest that you look into it. Again, it helps with the digestive system. It helps to repair certain damaged parts in the body because it moves blood to the body, giving that area the attention that it needs. It also increases metabolism. It has a positive effect on lowering blood pressure. It's a ton of things. There are a ton of herbs, and I'll keep bringing you the information. Again, so I'm just sharing this with what I'm doing with the Dr. Sebi herbs. Also, again, with the green drink, I have a green drink that I utilize. I buy it from Whole Foods. Again, it's the same thing that Sharon used. I put a teaspoon of this bromide powder plus, which is, again, simply just a bladderwrack, which is a herb, and sea moss. I put like a half a tablespoon in it. I shake it up real good and I drink it. Again, the benefit of that is the bladderwrack is a blood purifier. The sea moss has the minerals that you need, 92 of them. Also, a side note, and I don't have it right with me, so I'm gonna be able to show you, Celtic salt, which is a sea salt. Pink Himalayan sea salt would be great as well, but Celtic salt, that's the one that I choose to use. I think that's the one that's been shown to be the most potent. It's a salt that has 82 of the minerals that you need. So throw away your table salt. That's garbage. But that Celtic salt or that pink Himalayan salt, you can really do wonders with that as far as nourishing the body with the minerals that you need. Also helping the water that you drink get into the cells of the body. The way I utilize it, and I got this from another herbalist that I follow, I take a pinch of it, put it on my tongue in the morning, allow it to absorb. Then I drink my water. I do that 3 to 4 times a day. You could also utilize it on your food, the seasoning in your food. You won't need a lot of it because it has a powerful taste. All right. So with that being the case, I stayed here too long, longer than I ever needed to stay, but I'm glad you stayed with me. Peace and love, family. I'll be back with some more information. Peace.